What's up, my Yu-Gi-Oh community? I got my boy Tino, aka the Yu-Gi-Oh process, in the video with me. We are going to be going over round one of the Tournament of Power. We have Raymond Alfonso versus Hunter Lloyd. Um, Tino, you have anything you want to say before we get this started?
Not too much. I know it's anticipated to be a very, very good matchup. Hunter Lloyd is a rising star coming out of Florida. He's recently made a few appearances last year, gaining himself some traction. He's a very well known player in Florida, and at least in Northeast Florida, Raymond Alfonso is a pretty decorated computer player for the Jacksonville community. He's got himself a good amount of tops, and he's also a very accredited judge. So I know it's destined to be a pretty good matchup for the first round of the Tournament of Power. I'm just excited to see what both of them played.
All right, well, let's hop into it, y'all. Draw. All right.
All right, so
Looks like
I
Hunter.
believe that's Raymond. I'm just gonna go with the Alfonso part. Winning the die roll, I believe he's gonna elect to start.
All right, let's jump into this. So, pause
It's
it
to
and see what
be
we have.
tier element, I assume, versus some runic variation.
Okay, so this should be a pretty interesting matchup. I see Hunter's main decking Lava Golem.
Yeah, there could be a possibility that he's just not intending to go first whatsoever. So maybe potentially losing the rock, paper, scissors could have been in his benefactor.
Yeah.
But we do see that Raymond's going to be proceeding to main phase, starting with the discard of King of the Swamp to add Poly. Kind of dangerous moving into this next format, knowing that there is no Gamma for Joel and Lockbird. But as we see, he doesn't have the Joel. He doesn't get punished, unfortunately. Hand does not look to be the best. Hopefully, we can hit this Kel back off of the danger. And nope, we get hit with the Visa Starfrost. So Raymond's turn one does not look too promising. We're going to have to potentially see what he can draw off of this danger. Hopefully, see if he can get some kind of traction generated.
Yeah, he's going to really need this draw.
He draws him early. So, again, it's a decent draw, but not the best considering he's going to have to normal summon the mill to hopefully get a play going. It doesn't look like he gets anything essential out of that. Hunter's hand appears to be tactics, whatever terraforming could get, and some runic spells. So, it's not looking the greatest for Raymond at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be very painful for Raymond, especially if he gets the field card, the runic field card. I wonder what else he could be playing, though. I wonder if it's a striker variant in it.
Potentially. I know Raymond's going to be able to put up root cowards here with the discarded King of the Swamp from the previous effect. So, again, not the most menacing board, but it's something considering how bad the hand was. But it's immediately going to be met with the Lava Golem. The should net Raymond at least a draw one from Garura. And two, another one is the Shizu. So not the greatest, and it actually plays into tactical talents.
Right. And
more than likely going to be able to have him draw two more cards.
The card advantage.
Plunder. Plunder.
Okay, I haven't seen this one before. This is different from what people normally playing with Runic. How is this build, Tino, the Plunder build?
I know that this build is it can lock you out the game pretty quickly. I know that. You know, the plunder cards are fairly decent, somewhat of a mid-range deck, but with the fortification that you get from a lot of the runic spells, it's hard to combat that strategy. And I know that this deck is known for like maining certain floodgates. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a hard matchup for Raymond.
Yeah, not looking too good for Raymond already. This game one is definitely not what he wants.
Yeah, he's already getting a lot of the combos going with the plunder cards, and this is just what they do best right here. So the engines just complement each other so well. And he gets the Rite of a Remissary. He's playing the Brave package as well. It's not looking ideal right now.
Yeah, not looking good for Raymond. Yeah, I mean, he really needs some. If he needs a godly draw in order to even have a chance. I don't know what he can possibly get to even stay in this one. The card advantage is ridiculous right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that turn one had to be a little bit more explosive. Plunders are kind of just doing what they do best at this point. They're starting to abuse all their effects, getting the recursion going. And like I said, it'll be at a point in time here soon. You'll see where the deck is going to have a lot of quick effects to banish and pop. So yeah, this is it's looking like it's going to be a pretty swift game one. And I don't think Hunters had to use many of the runic spells either. So that's kind of what this deck does, though. It just dwindles away a lot of your advantage, like most runic variations do. And by the time you've got nothing left to play, then that's when they'll go for the kill.
Jesus Christ, this deck seems pretty. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Keep in mind, Hunters played the Brave engine, hasn't had to incorporate that once into the strategy.
This is oh my god, this is insane.
It's so funny that we look at it. Plunder's actually become one of those archetypes I've had to slowly respect. When the deck first came out, I didn't care what any of the cards did. I just knew I was beating it. But as of recently, with the additional engines that have been incorporated and the support that it's been given consistently over the last few sets, this deck is becoming a bit more problematic, and it's something that is easily fit within the rogue category. And it's being put on display right now by Hunter of just what the deck can actually do. So,
oh my
quite impressive.
God. Yes, it is. And Hunter's actually off I believe, a top 8 at the YCS Philly that me and you both attended.
Yeah, I believe he got top cut at Philadelphia with a labyrinth variation, I believe. But I also believe he did take this deck to a regional and did fairly well with the same exact deck that we're looking at now. So, again, you're just looking at what the Plunder deck is going to do. It's going to slowly dwindle away your advantage by banishing your spells, banishing your monsters. The runic cards just provide that additional fortification behind it. You see, Raymond, with the very weak opening, unfortunately, due to the bad hand, is going to be left on little to no cards. Plunder's, he's going to be able to just put up this board with the quick effects. It's not looking good.
Yeah, not looking good for Raymond. I really don't see too much he can do to get out of this situation. And guys, these are players that everybody's learning the format right now. So, all these players in this tournament are top players, and they're trying to figure out what decks they want to play. So what you're seeing now is not people's final, pick of decks. They're just testing things out. So we'll see how it goes.
I think what's really impressive, especially about the Plunder strategy, is it's one of those decks where it's not getting hit, and it had a decent showing last format with what it could do. Again, it's not necessarily a deck you could account for, and so moving into the next format with a lot of the main strategies getting hit, it's technically getting a power boost with the meta slowing down a little bit. But as we see, again, Raymond really couldn't do much there. Top deck Gamma Seal wasn't going to be able to provide too much additional help. Yeah, that crackback on Hunter's next turn was going to just do the same thing, but worse. The snowball was going to be too much. So moving into game 2, we're going to see Raymond ought to go first again, I believe.
So let's see if he draws a little better this time. So let's check out these hands.
Raymond's hand looks to be decent. Again, he's got his Fenrir, he's got Scream and the Nessie. Then he's got 2 of the Ishizu monsters, but I believe both of these are the shufflers. So, not necessarily the ones you want to see. You want to kind of see the Kelbeck.
Not the best ones.
At least turn 1 to get the mills going, so you could potentially build a more formidable board. Hunter appears to be playing the Crystal Beast engine or the Rainbow engine in his deck.
How does he fit all the? Oh, he's playing 60 cards. Okay, I didn't know. I just noticed that 60 versus 40. Okay, so that's why he has so many different things in here. He's playing
Runic, Plunder, the Brave engine.
So this all works together.
It's weird to say it works together as much as what they can accomplish off of one card just works so well that when you open up one runic spell, when you open up one of the Plunder monsters, one of the Brave engine, you can gain so much advantage from just one of each card that it appears that they do work very well together. So
impressive. I'm kind of liking it because it's something different and it's something that I'm not used to seeing. And I like to see how these things put up boards and the type of boards they like the different ways they can win. And Raymond hand looks a little bit more playable this time. Not the greatest, but seems a little better
It
than last.
looks like Raymond was able to go, Fenrir for Terra Elements Cashier, put up the stream, special summon to search the cow back. Please see if he can potentially get a hit here and maybe get a little bit more of a formidable board going. Hits the Terra Elements Cashier, which wasn't terrible. We'll be able to get a few mills from that, a summon and draw from Nessie.
Get a little something on. Okay.
Into the Ogito.
Ugh.
It's crazy for all of these Ishizu monsters to be a 1, and Raymond sees all 4 of them.
Just not his luck right now.
That's the risk you take playing these non-linear decks. The bell curve on it is very, very high in terms of the ceiling, but very, very low whenever you do not draw optimally. It's very hard to get back into the game.
Still trying to figure out how that tier element guy topped the YCS. Like, I feel like the deck isn't consistent enough, so maybe there are some builds out there that can mess it up. But I believe it's a lot of luck involved.
We'll see. It looks like he's going to try to go for a play for the redoer. Again, not looking the best at the moment.
Definitely not. And Hunter's, with no going second cards as of right now, besides the talents, he's still in a comfortable position. He draws.
I'm going to draw the flashing fire.
Wow.
That's going to be able to deal with the redoer as well. Yeah.
He opts not to use it. Okay, effect is good. Just don't think Hunter cares at this point.
Yeah, Hunter's hand looks very well. Looks very good, at least. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the plunders. I just know that a lot of them do not need their normal summon, so they're very synergistic with the Brave Engine. And I believe the one he's got in hand, that's the gold hair. I think she's pretty good. And that's the benefit you get from playing these strategies. Is people don't know what your cards do. People find it very hard to interact at certain points. So, with that being the case, it's like what can you do when you don't know what you're playing against?
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the hardest thing too for Raymond, trying to figure out a deck that he is a smart player, knows a lot about a lot of decks, but Plunder is just not a deck I don't think he was expecting to play first round.
What can you anticipate to play first round? You've got Kashtira. You've got some of the decks people assume are coming back, but I think Hunter took a very good approach to this tournament, playing a deck he's comfortable with and one that people will not know how to play against. So, using the ban list and the meta to his advantage.
That's kind of what we've seen with Ryan Yu round one playing Flunders. He's playing Flunders, Ryan Yu playing Flunders. Nobody kind of expected those decks. New ban list. A lot of people thinking Sky Strikers and, Cash, and they mixed it up. Okay.
Now it just looks to see that Hunter is, I guess, just weighing his options right now, taking note of what actual resources Raymond has available to him and how he could potentially pilot around these, using the tactical talent here. That's what he allots to do. More than likely draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I would think he was going to draw 2.
Okay. So he's going to take the Fenrir instead.
Okay. Maybe he's going to use it for some kind of play. Okay, that prevents. He hasn't used the Fenrir's effect, has he?
He is not. This is simply because he's been able to gain all this advantage from simply using the spells. So.
Yeah, so that's going to help.
And that's just what makes the Runic Engine so good with this too. It just nets you that free body, just like the Brave Engine would with the monster. So you'll be able to go straight into the, I believe it's Synchros or the Link.
Man, it just does so much, man. This is gonna be tough. If Hunter wins this and he continues to go on, he's gonna be a tough person in this tournament. Very tough. You're gonna have people trying to figure out how to play this deck, play against it.
Potentially, but I guess that's what the Tournament of Power is all about, is finding players with the most unique strategies and bringing them together. So
Yes,
can't expect some of the best players to be playing this straightforward meta,
that is
Coming in
true.
because you need some form of advantage. I think Hunter's taking a very good approach.
Exactly. With $350 on the line, I don't blame him.
It feels very, very unfortunate for Raymond. I've seen him pilot this deck at locals and at other events, and Raymond does a lot of amazing things with Tier Element. But again, it's just one of those things where I guess it's not your night. You don't draw the best, and
Yeah, it happens to the
chilling right
best
now.
of us. I mean, he's still trying to make plays, but Hunter's just so far ahead right now. He hasn't even used his runic cards. Jeez, he just continues just to go and go and go. And I think he's probably not using his runic cards for a reason. Maybe he wants to use a battle phase this turn. Or has he used?
Potentially, you can. I believe you can use your runic cards and then do your battle phase, or you can do your battle phase then use the runic cards,
Okay.
which just skip the following battle phase.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what he's going for right now.
again, you got to also take in the fact and consider that maybe he doesn't need his battle phase, but Hunter could potentially clear all of his resources right now and leave Raymond with nothing for his turn and just use his battle phase next turn. So
yeah, you're right about that.
again, I can't necessarily speak on it too much because just being transparent, I have no idea what Hunter's doing, but the deck looks insane. So
it does, and it's like it's nonstop. He can use his extra deck. He can use his main deck. Like so many different options. And the card advantage is crazy.
yeah, just doing all this, keeping like 4 to 6 cards in hand. Everything draws a card. It's insane. You got to consider the fact that at some point we did see Brave cards in here, and Hunter's done all this without even touching that engine. Who knows what else has been incorporated in this list of his?
Yeah, I would love to go over this list, man. It's got to be like some crazy stuff in his deck. I haven't looked at his deck list yet. He did send it to me before the match, but I didn't have time to look at it. But I'm interested to see what's in it.
Hunter getting a search for another Whitebeard, replacing the field spell. We're finally seeing the runic field spell. And again, what's just so amazing is like Hunter's going to be able to incorporate his runic cards and then just replenish his hand with another 3 spells after he clears these monsters.
He might can just deck them out. I didn't think about that.
Potentially. Again, looks like he's going to be able to use the free the flashing fire. Sorry, here on the monster to pop and then banish. And then more likely going to use the field spell here to shuffle back and then draw. Only allowing to do 2, draws into another destruction, and he's got freezing curses. Yeah, this is
It's
looking
very all
very
but over for Raymond right now. I don't
with,
see any.
just a danger Nessie in hand. It's not looking like the best. I believe Hunter is going to be able to do. I know the runics or the plunders have the quick effect guys to summon and banish. He's going to search a Mothman. Try to do Mothman to draw and discard.
Jesus.
Wow, that's a pretty good hit. He would technically draw and discard the heaviness, which he would attempt to activate effect, but I don't know if he even has targets for what he's currently got in graveyard or on field. Okay, he does.
Okay.
And he's going to use the Whitebeard to summon, and I believe Raymond's going to be able to go ahead and go for a fusion here. But I don't know what he will summon. He's going to be the Garura, but I'm pretty sure this card would get banished if he can make the Exceed. I think he's going to give him a token here, and the token, if I'm correct.
Non-stop.
I don't know what any of these plunder cards do. This is the play I was talking about, though. I know the XYZ banishes monsters, and he was going to be able to summon and banish the monster. And it's looking like that is all but it for this match.
Oh, my God. So Hunter takes it with an impressive showing.
Congratulations to Hunter LLoyd for that round 1 win. Again, He's shown a little bit of what this deck can do. This was an extremely impressive win. Again, very unfortunate for Raymond. Raymond has done amazing things with Terra Element. We've seen him at events, we've seen him at locals. It's just very unfortunate he's not been able to showcase exactly what this deck can do. But on the other hand, Hunter put on quite a clinic showing just a little bit of what this Plunder deck can do. Again, we were able to see a few of the Brave Engine, and he never utilized that. So while demonstrating so much, we've only seen so little. Who else, what else knows what Hunter could potentially have incorporated in this list? I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this deck.
Yeah, and everything you said about him before the match started was true. Like, he's a very great player, very creative. That was a dominant performance. Unfortunate for Raymond. But Raymond's still a great player. Doesn't take anything from him, but that was just Hunter's game to win.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's cards though. That's what we play the game for. Some hands you'll draw good, some hands will be bad. Again, this is an extremely interesting meta choice following the ban list by Hunter. And we're just extremely excited to see what he's gonna do. We're gonna look to see Raymond in the next tournament and a few other events. But this is a very, very impressive showcase for round one. We've got many more duels coming.
Many more to come.
Still got my match I have to play and a few other matches to go over. But this is
you got to play against Walter Jewell, right?
Yeah, Lord knows they're throwing me to the wolves early. So. But with matches like these, they just give you a little glimpse of exactly what these tournament of powers hold and what we showcase. We're looking to put the best against the best and to get exciting duels like these. So, just ask that everybody stay tuned to witness more of this.
Yes, guys. And please, everybody, go subscribe to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Process. Check out his YouTube page. Show support. And we'll be back with some more round one matches. But this is going to be the end for this one. Hunter LLoyd takes it 2-0 over Raymond Alfonso in a very great match. Plunder
All right.
versus Tier. All right, y'all.
See you then.